Hey Scorpio, this is your general tarot reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of May. Scorpio, let's do what we always do. We're going to shuffle the cards and wait on all the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, let's talk about the energies that you may feel throughout the month. As the first card hops out there, some challenges. Okay. Right, here's what we know. We know that we're leaving behind April, still feeling the effect of the full moon in Libra, and that happened in your 12th house. And Scorpio, this could have been a very difficult period in March and April for you that you're finally leaving behind. Something has ended, something has finished, something is just now for you over. Now that could be a relationship, a working relationship, a friendship, a contract even. It could be maybe some arguments that you were having with other people or some agreement you had with somebody else. It's just the energy here of you saying, it's over, it's done, it's finished. Now for some of you that could have been very difficult, very sad, because sometimes when there's a full moon in the 12th house, you can feel very, very vulnerable, kind of standing in the world and feeling anxious, feeling, well, what now? What now? What do I do now? I feel very exposed, I feel very vulnerable, and I feel very raw sometimes. So it's a time where you do still, as we go into the month, have to take care of yourself a little bit. For whatever has happened, a great big transformation has happened. And it's the end of a chapter in your life for one thing or the other. But that vulnerability that you may feel, don't worry about that, because that's part of the process of surrendering. That's part of being open to releasing certain things, releasing certain emotions, upsets, dramas, all things like that. It's all healing. It's all cleansing. So if you're feeling tired this month, Scorpio, at any point, do give yourself time to relax and rest. This is kind of the month where you're allowed that space. You're given that space by the cosmos to just breathe. Just breathe in, breathe out, and just feel cozy, feel good in yourself, and only do things that make you feel happy, you know? Because with the full moon coming up here on May 18th, the great mystery moon, the moon in Scorpio, some of the things that you probably don't understand as we leave April and start May, they'll finally be understood. The great unsolved mysteries in your life will finally be solved. So it's a gentle time, and be gentle and kind with yourself, Scorpio, very much so. And as I said, if you're feeling very vulnerable, just make sure you've all the good people around you. And I think you're going to do that. With the sun in Taurus, you have, entering the month, the sun in Taurus, having your rock steady people around you, your good partners, your very close friends, the people that are absolutely on the same page as you. This is where you need to be. May 4th, the new moon in Taurus, it's the same thing, Scorpio. You need to just be in good harmony, good vibes, good flow with people that matter to you, and you're wanting to encourage more of that. It's a time where you could be really finding out who your good friends are. Because as we enter the month, there's Mercury in Aries and Venus in Aries in your 6th house. And this is a lot to do with maybe sifting through things, using your good judgment and saying, I don't want to be involved with that person anymore. I'm going to push those people way far from me. They're too shady, too manipulative, they're giving me anxiety. And they need to go away, and I need to bring more of the good, decent people in my life around me and surround myself with them, my close people. So May 6th, Mercury moves into Taurus. May 15th, Venus moves into Taurus. So for those of you in a relationship, this becomes a really great month where the two of you are really feeling on the same vibe as each other. You're loving each other, you're getting each other. You're not fighting with each other. So it's a very nice energy. It's a great time for those of you who want to start something new in a relationship, a new decision that needs to be made in the relationship, starting something with the two of you. Now, I'm saying relationship, but it could be with a close friend. It could be to do with a work contract either. It's like something positive happens here. A good opportunity comes for you to get joined up with someone or something that is absolutely to your advantage. Yeah. But I just want to say, I feel this too, Scorpio, as I enter the month. I'm feeling the energy, and it's interesting that that first and only card so far came out. I'm feeling that so many things have been annoying you. We know that Saturn and Pluto are in the third house of communication. And I feel with Mercury in the sixth house, there could have been some unsettling communication, difficult communication with people. Suddenly, as I said, making that clear separation of saying, those people are a little bit not good for me. They're filling me with anxiety. Every time I speak to them, or every time I hear what they're saying, they're just loading me up with their psychological bullshit. I mean, what's the point of coming to me with a drama if you don't want me to help you fix it? I mean, are we getting to the point that every time you come to me with your great unsolved mysteries, that there's no great mystery at all? The actual solution to this mystery is you just wanted to dump your shit on me. You didn't want me to fix it. You don't even want to fix it. You just want to share your anxiety with me. And I'm getting to the point now in my life where I feel that's all everybody seems to be frickin' doing. They don't want to help themselves. They don't want to find better relationships. They don't want to fix their problems. They just want to throw it at me, but I'll say, let me fix it. And they'll say, oh, no, I prefer being psychologically messed up. Thank you very much. And you're just saying, where have all the decent people gone? I look at this world, I look at the situations, I look at the people, and they are just dealing in small currency emotionally. It's small time, nobody's feeling anything. They're just living through psychological trauma and anxiety. And because you, Scorpio, are the one who can very often go in to rescue people with your good nature and your good meaning and your good purpose, you're kind of saying, have I any role in this world anymore with my friends, with my family? I mean, what's the purpose of being me if the best thing that I can do isn't appreciated? Being a loyal person, being a good support for my family, friends and work, for being somebody who stands up for the underdog, for being somebody who will roll up their sleeves and get stuck in because I'm needed. But yet, nobody seems to need that good quality in me. They just like rolling around in their mystery, which isn't actually a mystery. It's easily solved. Your life is fucked up, excuse my language, because you keep getting into shitty relationships. Your life is messed up because you're not fixing this situation with that person. You're not doing anything about your money or your work. It's not a mystery. So don't go pretending you're like Scooby-Doo and inviting me on some great mystery. I mean, have you not watched Scooby-Doo? It always turns out to be the predictable one. It always turns out to be the janitor. We always knew who it was going to be. Like your problem, you invite me in and I've always known what the answer was. But yet you want me to keep thinking that your life is interesting because you've got mystery. No, pull that mask off and it's just simple. We know how to fix it, And there's the energy of you saying, this is like a cartoon world, like Scooby-Doo. And I mean, if you want me to go into your cartoon world, then at least provide some Scooby snacks. But maybe this month, even all the Scooby snacks in the world won't make you want to go into other people's problems because you're just looking for something more harmonious. You want to get out of the smallness of other people's life, realizing that other people's lives, that they're existing just by going through sequences and series of catastrophes, which, as I said, are just so simply fixed. And you're saying, that's not real life. That's not how to live. Certainly not how I live. It's not deep enough for me. It's not interesting enough for me. And I need more. I need to see real people of this world who stand by me as a friend. I need to feel that there are good, genuine, decent people living real, meaningful and purposeful lives out there. And that is what's going to be really kicking things off for you, particularly around May 16th with Mars going into Cancer, the home bird, where we clean our inner home, our inner temple. We dust off and polish off all our treasures inside, and we bring meaning and purpose and emotion and depth and colour to all our experiences. You see, Mars is the one who goes in and experiences things with passion, and Cancer is the one who puts emotion on it, gives it that depth and meaning. Now, it's in your 9th house, also where the North Node is, where destiny must be played out. And I think that some of you are putting this huge energy into living a more profound life, with more profound experience, with deeper people, with your tribe. And because it's in the 9th house of education and travel, you might suddenly get the idea, look, Mars, impulsivity, I'm going to book a flight or a train or just go on a journey to see somebody that I really love and care about, a family member, my mom, somebody, my friend, somebody that I don't get to see often, but every time I go there, I know that this is a real person. I know that when we have those deep conversations and we unbox the world and unpack it and unravel it, that there's that moment of, why aren't there more people like you? Why don't they think big, like we can have this deep conversation? I can't have that with other people. I need my certain family member or my certain friend or a certain educated person or wise person or spiritual person. And it's just that feeling of now needing this month to make an impulsive decision to go see these people, be in that environment, so that you can get talking and feeling the real deeper mysteries. And it kind of cleans a space for you and allows you to stop playing that silly cartoon world game with all these people whose only interesting thing about their lives is the stupid chaos that they create in it. That's the only thing they've got going for them. That's why they don't want you to fix it. Because if you fix all their problems, then they're empty. There's nothing to them. They're not interesting. They haven't developed their lives, their loves, their passions, their resources, their spiritual connection. Nothing more to them. And that applies to friends, that applies to family members, that applies to work colleagues, anybody that you have around you. It's like, nah, not interested anymore. You can go and live in your cartoon world. I'm off to bigger things. So that's a very strong energy this month, Scorpio, for you. But here we go. May 18th, where the full moon is in Scorpio. Yeah, Venus is conjunct Uranus on that day too, and Mercury is doing a nice thing with your ruler Pluto. So it's about getting good communication, good conversation, good feeling on a buzz, feeling like there's a kind of, we've got something going here, with decent people, with people who are on the same page as you. That changes you. That's where you get your transformation. That's where maybe the vulnerability or feeling that you've been taken advantage of, or feelings of disloyalty or hurts that you've left from April, that's where they get fixed. In the Scorpio full moon. That's where your mysteries get unraveled, and you pull the mask off and say, it was the janitor all along. Pass me my Scooby snack. And you just see it, and it's a moment for you to laugh things off. Laugh it off in good company with good people, and feeling that you can heal, feeling that it's safe to let some of the things go, feeling that it's safe to start again, feeling that it's safe to move on with new experiences in your life. So it's really nice, because I just feel that healing, transformative energy for you, Scorpio. And I'm very happy for you, because I can actually kind of feel it here. And it's that feeling of, I love this space, I love this space, there's magic in this space. That's one of the great mysteries I've been missing. Why do people not have magic in their souls anymore? Now I feel it. I feel the magic in my soul, and I also recognize the magic in the very key people that I have categorized now and separated as people with soul magic. They're my tribe. So I love it. I love it. That card hopped out there. You see, the world is changing. There's a big turnaround for you this month, Scorpio. Now, May 21st, the Sun and the Sun and Mercury move into Gemini, into your 8th house. So say from the 3rd week of the month onwards, things get deeper, things get more passionate. Because you're back connected with that magic in your own soul, and you've identified the key people that are your people, your partner for those in a relationship, it will just be really that energy of we are so in this together. I love you, you love me, we see each other eye to eye, heart to heart, soul to soul, and we adore each other. Very united feeling. And also with the people that you want to be bonded with, your tribe, your tribe. And 8th house is very magical and very powerful for you. Very powerful, where you're able to communicate again this Scorpio magnetism, this Scorpio energy. And you know that Scorpio look, that look, where if anybody comes to you with their cartoon world of very predictable problems, you just give them that look, the Scorpio stare, and say, back away from me, because don't forget, I bite. I bite. And I need to remind you of that. I bite. Yes. So that's very good. Now, Scorpio, we have what? 6 cards, and I'm going to choose the remaining cards. Here we go. Oh, 2 left out. A Gemini card, the Lovers. So 2 things in one. Love, very strong this month for you. Good partnerships, feeling connected with your partners and friends and people you love. But it's also the Gemini card. And Gemini is 8th house energy for you, which is strong, magnetic, powerful, bitey, and sensual and sexual, particularly beside this card, which is Taurus. Taurus season, bringing earthy sensuality to 8th house sexuality and magnetism. Ooh, I think you're going to strike a wildfire at the end of the month. Really, Scorpio, it's going to get magnetic. Yeah. 3 more cards. Oh, this one came out. That. There was another one. I don't know. I didn't see what it was. Oh, and these 2 came out. And your last card. So, Scorpio, let's go over to your big, grand, ta-da, mystery overview. So, excuse me, we begin with you taking a change. There's definitely a change of perspective coming in here. You're looking down at all the small trivial details in other people's life and in your life, and you're saying, again, they're just giving me anxiety. They're just bickering with each other. They just can't get on with each other. No matter what happens, no matter what things are thrown at us, no matter what opportunities there are to just get this fixed and move on and get along, they're just happy, kind of just bickering, biting, fighting, small-time shit with each other. And there's you with Mars, the fiery one, moving in on May 16th to the 9th house of being able to look down upon stuff and say, this is irrelevant bullshit. Irrelevant. It's smallness, it's pettiness, and I see how it's impacted my life, because I had my magic, my wand, my fire, and when I went in there, they're just a bundle of mess, chaos, nonsense. But yet when I moved away from it and sat back comfortable from a better perspective, it just all made sense. And look at him, he's kind of leaning forward, like interested, looking at this stupidity, the stupid fighting and the stupid details of other people's lives. And he's keen, he's saying, would you look at that? Look at that. Can you believe that I was once like that? Can you believe that they once made me anxious? Can you believe how much they triggered me, made me feel vulnerable, took from me, stressed me, took advantage of me in some way, maybe even financially? I'm sitting back on my throne now, realizing that I've mastered this, because the king always comes to the point where he has mastered something. That's why he's the king, and that's what changes him, and that's what's going to change you. That's part of the transformation. But from the fiery king, we move on to the fiery emperor. So he's even gone up again, he's even transformed. So right from the beginning of the month, you might see it in stages where you stand back like the king and say, I don't need to do that. And then you elevate even further and you say, I have to sort this out. This has been taking my power away. I had lost control of certain situations in my work life, maybe even with my health, with my money, friends, relationships. I've lost a level of control that I am determined to get back. I am determined to bite back. But before I do that, I'm taking all my stolen energy back, holding it, and I'm going to use that energy to sift through and call up the reasons why I put up with certain people and situations for so long, the reasons why certain things have hurt me so badly. And I need to find my power again. Now, I will also just add this. With the moon in Libra in the 12th house in April and March, 12th house can often represent moments where we do say goodbye to people who are going on to the next part of their cosmic journey. They move on to their next life or to their next place. And if that has been you, if you have experienced that, I'm very sorry, Scorpio, I really am, but do know that you will get some great level of understanding through all of this, because judgment will show you how to view this, how to judge it, how to handle it right, how to treat it fairly, so that it doesn't make you feel at a huge loss. You know, that there will be a balance. You will be given an understanding which helps you have energy and confidence to deal with this loss, perhaps, okay? So that's for some of you. But this is an Aries card, and we open up with 3 very strong fire cards in Taurus season, which brings earth magic. But Mercury and Venus have been in Aries, and I think that's who's been doing this. It's that drive and determination now to just say, out with the small-minded, petty crap. Out with always focusing on the details. I cannot live a life where my life is just a series of tasks and details. A series of, I must be there by this time, I must be that, I must be this, I must be that. I am so much more. I am so much more than that. And I refuse to let life or other people or situations steal any more of my power. I'm reclaiming that I am more. And in that realization, things radically change for you. Radically change for you. And I do see you having a moment mid-month where you do have time, maybe with your partner, for those of you in a relationship. And by the way, for those of you who are looking for love, this really is quite an interesting month where you could suddenly meet somebody that they don't just excite you or interest you, they do, but it could be as soon as I saw you, I knew I had to be in a relationship with you kind of vibe. That on first meeting, there's a real comfort. I know you, maybe from a past life, but my soul knows you. I don't know the details of you, but my heart knows you. So there's lots of energy like that, very magical, soulful energy. But you are mid-month sitting down and taking that time out to say, I need to leave the past behind. I need to turn so much around here and get my power back. I need to be way back in touch with my emotions. Way back. For a water sign, sometimes, Scorpio, you can at times neglect your emotions. I think that's the Mars effect sometimes does that. And sometimes you might be frightened by your own emotions because you know when you dive into them, everything will change. So sometimes there's a part of you that likes to control things a little bit because you're saying, if I don't control this shit, I know everything that will be touched by my energy will change. And sometimes I like things to stay the same because I can't go through life where everything is always changing. But this is a month where you have to allow that change to happen. Allow the magic wheel to turn, allow the emotional magic to turn, allow your feelings to turn and change about certain people and situations. Because there is luck in doing this. There is luck in it. Taurus, Gemini. Taurus and Gemini, particularly Gemini, might be really showing up this month and getting your attention. Now, okay, if you're in a relationship, they might show up as a Taurus or a Gemini who's a very fascinating person, very interesting. They see the world in a very particular way, and that gives you hope that there's good people out there. It gives you hope. You feel very confident with them, hopeful with them, and you feel that they make sense. That's where I was kind of going. They make sense. So that's Taurus and Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Or if they don't have Taurus or Gemini in them, they're very good communicators, and they easily talk about higher things, spiritual things, magical things, cosmic things, spiritual things. They're very deep conversationalists. And this is the vibe, this is the tribe that you need to be part of to help you heal, definitely help you heal. Now, for some of you, I have to say it's not for all of you, but some of you might see love getting much deeper with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Maybe even so deep that you'll be considering wedding bells, or doing something, certainly a long commitment, a strong commitment, one way or another, with somebody who has a strong Gemini influence. And actually, it could be your partner. Just the two of you could be even deciding to renew your vows, going on a second honeymoon, doing something rock solid together that says, we're committed, we're passionate, we're in love for the long haul. So it's gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Now, at the end of the month, some emotions being brought to a family situation. Some family member, maybe towards the end of the month, could be going through a bit of a crisis, a bit of a trauma, and they might be asking you to help them. And in this case, I would ask you to just be open and receptive. Remember, you don't have to fix everybody, even if it's a family member that you love. You just be open, be receptive, like the watery queen, very Cancerian energy, and just take the higher perspective. Sit, listen, invite, and allow, and cry with them if you have to, cheer them up if you have to, but it goes no further than that. You're only asked to be somebody who is present for a family member towards the end of the month, and no more than that, no more. But there is great love between you and certain family members this month. Great love, great communication, and great depth of feeling. Maybe deep emotional conversations between you and a family member. Maybe somebody who is going through something, as I said, emotional. It's almost like the feeling of they will open up. And there'll be a moment where you'll say, I had hoped you'd opened up to me. I'd hoped you'd do this. And maybe for a long time you said, I wish they'd just come out. I wish they'd stop being such a hard nut to crack. I wish they'd just tell me, reveal what's going on. But now they do. But they do it because now you're also ready to receive them. You provide this gorgeous, comfortable space for them where they're just allowed. And you may talk about nothing, but it's just a level of comfort and a level of feeling like you understand each other. That's all. It's quite beautiful. That's all. Now, we come here and we see You're getting such strong energy back by the end of the month. And I mean, if you look at this guy, this is the second Aries card. Aries could be featuring very strongly this month for you. They could be helping you clean certain things up, fixing certain things up, maybe in your workspace. Aries is good for you to help you unravel some of the chaos, because Aries has probably for you a good attitude when it comes to work. They will be the ones to roll up their sleeves and say, let's sort this shit out. This is a bunch of chaos. Let's laugh about it. Let's open a bottle of wine and just see how far we can go into solving this unsolved mystery. So Aries are very good for you to help clean things up, solve the unsolved. And they're very good motivators for you, it seems, this month. Also Gemini, also Taurus. But they help you get back up feeling confident in yourself this month. And I mean, this guy is very confident. That'll be you by the end of the month. Super confident with your magic back intact. He's wearing gold, you'll see. And gold is the colour of transmutation, where you've transformed and turned all the difficult things to gold. That's the alchemy of it. You have all the raw materials. Some of them are bitter, some of them are sweet, some of them are hard to handle, some of them should never be handled. But when they all come together, they make their magic and they turn to gold. And that's what's happening for you. That's what's changing. The bitter, the sweet, the difficult, the things that were hard to handle, the things that caused you stress, the things that were pungent and repellent, and the things that were sweet, they're all somehow mixed in the cauldron. And by the end of the month, they produce the gold. This is your transformation. You're healed, healed, healed. And you are finally coming out of the choppy, emotional, up and down, getting footing again, firm footing in the magic of Taurus season to balance your life, your emotions, your anxiety, your perspective again. You know, it's balance. And your money also. Certainly if you've been having some issues with money, with Jupiter retrograding in the second house, going back to reinvestigate your money, by the time the month ends, you'll take those first tentative steps to get an absolute handle on it. So you're doing great, Scorpio. You're solving the unsolved mysteries, and you're also turning all the difficult parts of you into gold, into your magic. Because I think that's what the magic of Taurus season is doing for you, giving you a strong, solid platform to transform and to release and to be confident again that you can push certain people away and invite your good tribe in who are working at a higher level. They are vibing at definitely a higher level, and that's the level you should always be vibing on too. You are up there with them, definitely. But it's the small petty people, as I said, that have reduced. And there's that wake-up moment this month where you say, you know, if you lie with pigs long enough, you end up becoming like them. And you say, no, not anymore. And you rise back up like the phoenix from the flame to soar higher energetically. And that brings you success in everything. In everything, Scorpio. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's a nice energy. And my love, you know that these are, of course, the general landscapes for the month of May. You know, to get into the nitty gritty, you know what to do by now. You come to the VIMEO readings on the deep read, all linked down there below. And we really get stuck in and solve some of those unsolved mysteries to do with love, to do with maybe looking for love, putting that magic out there this month to find love. We focus on that. We focus on your money and your career and see what's been going on there. We focus on family, friends, and anything else that we didn't go deep enough into here. We'll unravel it in the deep read. So it's all linked down there below. Come along, Scorpio, and we'll get to it. And my beauty, I love the energy and I love the transformation that's happening. And I love when you're in that zone. I love that, because let's not forget, when you transform, as I said a few moments ago, you have the habit of touching other people with that transformative magic, so they also transform, which is part of your beauty. And Scorpio, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to leave you as always with all my love and a great, great big kiss, mwah, from me to you. Until next month, my beauty. Bye.